Hello, everybody. I'm Lee, that's Susan, and we are Geeks Assembled because we assemble every week to discuss movies, TV, audio, and whatever takes our fancy. And this week we're discussing a 1998 movie which had a bit of a turbulent production back in the day. Um, but we'll get into that. It's a tribute to glam rock, which it didn't start out to be. Because of the backstory of this, they had to change this movie quite a lot. This is a Velvet Goldmine. So we'll go to Susan. Her opening thoughts on Velvet Goldmine.
All right. Well, mine is a VHS copy. This shows you how old I have had this. I have loved this movie for a really long time. In our last podcast, we've been discussing something I'd never seen before, and you really enjoy when I haven't seen it, but this one I've seen a million times, and
Hmm.
kind of for one reason primarily, and for some other reasons secondarily. Reason primarily is because I was a completist about Eddie Izzard, Susie Izzard, because Susie Izzard, she is the queen of all that Shakes British stuff. She's in this one, she was playing a bloke named Jerry Devine, and he was like the manager for the band. The band was Venus and Furs,
Hmm.
probably a callback to Velvet Underground. And,
Uh-huh.
you know, the other, the character lead singer is Brian Slade, who, Slade, it's in the name, but also Brian Slade is also representing David Bowie,
Uh,
Brian
there's three people he's representing in there,
Boland, and,
and Brian Eno.
Brian Eno. And Ewan McGregor playing Kurt Wilde, a character based on
Iggy
Iggy, yeah, and
and Blue.
Lou Reed.
Mhm.
Okay, but also because of the action, because of his blocking and his action on the screen, based also on Jim Morrison of The Doors.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, but we are. This is about glam. Morrison was before glam, wasn't he?
Yeah, but the attitude and that sort of thing, that
Mm.
was very
Yeah, but
important.
Iggy Pop had attitude. I tell you that. If you've seen any live concerts by him, he had attitude.
He did it too. I know.
Yeah.
But like I'm
Mm.
saying, and Arthur Stewart was the guy who and I'm sure that everybody in the audience most related to, a guy who was like trying to trying to catch the wave of this groovy feeling. And
Hmm.
Christian Bale played that character. Yeah, perfect. It was great. I felt like I was well represented, and Tony Collette playing Mandy Slade, the wife of Brian Slade. Very much David Bowie's first wife. You know,
Hmm.
and and then there's like the one that ties it all together, and that's Shannon, played by Emily Wolf. Okay, So that's the cast that I'm mentioning,
Huh?
and the starting point of this was the representation. Maxwell Demon, kind of like Ziggy Stardust. Oscar Wilde um, driving the whole thing. Oscar Wilde and Jim Morrison, and and basically the love letter between London in the 60s and 70s and New York in the 60s and the 70s, and that those kind of relational things. And oh my gosh, so much glitter and so much glam, and I just love this movie. I love you asked David Bowie before he died what he thought of this movie, and he said that the gay
Mm.
sex scenes are probably the best thing in it, and
Yes, he
kind
he
of
took
nailed
a
it. They kind of nailed it. I mean, they made it very very erotic, and that was pretty fun.
he hated the movie.
Well, yeah,
He took legal action against it.
yeah, but it's because it was too close to home.
Well, yeah, well, he once because Bowie saw the script because it was supposed to be a biopic of Bowie, and it was too close to the bone. But he said most of it was untrue because it was coming from Angie Bowie's memoirs and other memoirs what had nothing to do with him.
I get that.
Um, so he took legal action. So the production of this movie went through a lot of changes. They had
Yeah,
to change character. They had to change character names because they were too close to the bone to Bowie, and also they weren't allowed to use Bowie's music.
I noticed that.
So the producers, directors of this created super groups from modern day, well, 90s bands.
Yeah,
Tom York from Radiohead and
right.
Placebo was in the movie, recording original songs to sound like 70s and also cover classic 70s songs.
Yeah, that was,
Which
that was really something
it,
cool.
it sort of worked.
It did.
It's a shame Bowie took that stance
I know.
because what could have been was,
But so they had to put in the movie the the fake death scene.
well, that is a sort of a nod to when Bowie killed off Ziggy Stardust on stage,
I guess so. Okay.
where he announced he's not, that's it, no more.
Okay.
But they took it a bit further with a sort of a hoax assassination.
Right. Right. Okay.
Uh,
I I didn't realize that Bowie had done a killing off of Ziggy Stardust on stage.
yeah, he was Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars were touring. There was this great big concert. It's on film. They recorded it, and he announced that was it. No more, no more Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. And the crowd went, "Oh no!" So that's that what that refers to. So they had to do a lot of covering the tracks because if it was blatantly clear that this was a Bowie thing, he would have took them to the cleaners. Really would. It's just a shame. I mean, it's a very artistic movie, but it's a little bit disjointed for me. I don't know about what you feel like, Susan. It seems a bit disjointed because you get the fantasy element, don't you? Of the musical numbers and Arthur sort of fantasizing being with Kate and stuff like that. And so
He really
you go,
was. he was with him at
in the
the
bar.
final
In the
Glam
bar.
show.
Yeah, but he it did seem a little bit disjointed for me.
And
But,
then the other thing was is that I think that they tried to tie it together with that jewel,
hmm,
that Oscar
the
Wilde
type,
jewel.
the Oscar Wilde deal with, oh, what was the character's name? Jack Fairy.
Yeah, with it going between Oscar Wilde, Jack
Yeah,
Ferry,
to
um,
Kurt,
To Kurt Wilde,
to Arthur.
to Arthur, right, to the audience.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is a fantastical movie. It's a very imaginative movie. I think this is right where Elton John got the sort of gist from for a Rocket Man movie, because that's quite fantastical and imaginary.
It is.
But yeah, but for me, it did feel a bit disjointed in places. But I love the music. I mean, I've got the soundtrack somewhere, but the music's brilliant. What they had to do to create a 70s sound as if it was originally from the 70s.
It's beautiful.
Uh, anyway, carry on, Susan. I interrupted you, didn't I?
No, it's all right. We and the production, the reason that it was so well scored and stuff. I mean, the dialogue was okay, but the score was out of this world.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I felt. I
Michael
thought the
Stipe
music.
from REM was the producer.
Yeah, I thought to me you hit the nail on the head. The music numbers was brilliant,
Yeah,
far better than the, as you say, the dialogue.
yeah. The reason that that the the musical verisimilitude was so great was that it was produced by Michael Stipe.
Yeah, he actually appears in it for a few seconds.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, one of these groupies is,
Oh
he's there
no,
in the.
really? That's awesome.
Yeah, you missed it.
That's a Hitchcock moment there, right there. Oh my God. Wow. I missed him. And I've seen this movie so many times.
I mean, it's such a
I've
colourful
heard
movie.
this tape pretty clear, pretty close to completely worn out.
And of course, you do, as you mentioned, the gay sex scenes, and they don't hold back.
No, they don't. Not
Um, and Ewan McGregor is at his top form as well, getting his tackle out. Back in the day when he used to in nearly every movie.
Yep, yep, yep. He was, you know, beautiful to look at. And,
Well, apparently he was only supposed to moon the crowd, but he went a little bit further.
yeah, that's why, okay, that's why it's Morrison.
Well,
Because Morrison did that a couple times and
he
was really
he
in
copied it
trouble
as well.
in the city of Los Angeles when he did it there.
Yeah. Well, also, well, the part of where they gave Kurt Wilde electrotherapy to
Oh,
cure his bisexuality, that was straight from Lou Reed's biography, because that happened to Lou Reed.
oh my God.
He had
Oh,
electric therapy to stop his bisexuality.
what?
So it was an amalgamation of different biographies.
Yeah,
Iggy Pop, but if Bowie hadn't got in there, it would mostly just have been about him.
right,
And it
right.
was no, 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 no.
Oh my God. But Mark Bolan needed to be shown off too. I mean, so
Yeah,
melting all of these wonderful and all the T-Rex songs that were in there, that was great.
Mm.
melting all these characters together, these real rock star characters together into one like amorphous being was quite satisfying actually.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie is 100% satisfying to me.
I
don't know
don't
why
think
people people panned it. I just think that they were probably missing the magic of it, and
yeah.
it's like 24-hour party people. It starts off with I mean, in that one, the writers and Coogan and like the whole thing ends up sort of being buzzed by a spaceship. In this one, it starts off that way,
And ends that way.
like literally, like like it's just imagining, you know, the Starman. That whole thing was, and Culture Club did a fucking amazing version of Starman, and they have come out with their new album, and they look pretty great uh, in their oiled up covered bodies.
Is
I
it?
don't think that they're
So,
that these are
Susan's,
they're the best.
Susan's, Susan's fan wanking now.
These are the best kind of things
Oh.
in fandom. It is to see and it is to hear.
Mm. I mean, Brian Slade character played by Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
Uh-huh.
Um, Great character, but I just don't get why. He said in interviews as well, he doesn't understand why at the end of the movie they had to have someone else play him.
That was weird.
Yeah,
The Thomas,
Tommy Stone. I mean, because we
yeah,
you got the
played
gist.
by
That's
Alistair
what.
Cumming.
Yeah, he said, "Why did they get?" He said, "I could have done that, put a wig on, but they had another actor." That's what that disjointed it as well for me as well. It
Yeah,
didn't
okay,
really.
that was kind of broken, right?
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, he's had his personal problems in a few years, you know, with alcohol and all like that. And but in his day, he was one of the big stars. You know, Gorman Gas, the TV miniseries Dracula back in the day.
Oh my
You
gosh.
know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah, he's
absolutely fantastic actor.
yeah. I mean, the all were. I mean, Christian Bale. I mean, this is about what 6, 7 years before he became the Bat.
Uh-huh.
Um, but and it's for Christian Bale as well. It's you would never expect him to play this sort of character. You know, he's at loggerheads with his parents. He's growing up in you know in the 70s, a young teenager discovering his sexuality. You know, and all he you know all he want all he's in love with Brian Slade and the music. As you said, he's the Joe Public.
Yeah,
Like you know, when we were growing up, we adored, you know, idolized whoever we, you know, as you with you with Boy George and Culture
mm,
Club. Me it was Bowie. Um, Saying that, I never jacked off to a picture of Bowie though. It's not like Arthur did. Um, but yeah, a very you know, the character he was playing, you just don't expect him to do that.
right,
Because all the parts what Christian Bale's played is nothing like this character at all.
right.
You know. I mean, he goes from this to American Psycho
True.
to Batman. Um,
Yeah.
and you say a year after this, Ewan McGregor was wielding lightsabers.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but in this one, he's wielding something else. Um,
Ah, that was it was very, very fun.
so, any moments? What's stick out for you, Susan?
Well, I like the fact that they used the little Airstream camper that was all. This is from the '80s, but that was the thing with Time After Time.
Yeah,
Cyndi Lauper's Airstream in that video. That was good. That was a good callback from that whole thing. And the other thing that was really cool was the Folks Festival. You know
mm,
how these wonderful trannies and glam people really sort of were like the opposite of
yeah,
these hippie folksy people who just you know nothing glamorized about their person. That was great. That was a great dichotomy, and to show that and then also the showing that Shannon was so manipulated
hmm
by her own jealousy that she was busy fighting Mandy. That was really fantastic. That was such an intense scene. I was like, holy shit. And then Mandy went to check, and Mandy found the note that says, "We're going on vacation. See you later."
yeah.
Um,
Right.
and but Shannon was just beside herself, and when Mandy suggested that she tell her husband about it, Shannon's like, "No, no, no." And Emily Wolf played that shit, ate the scenery for that scene. That was really great. And
I
Tony
mean that
Collette is brilliant. Go ahead.
that that scene was sort of taken from Angie Bowie's memoirs.
Oh,
Um,
really? One of
yeah,
Bowie's stagehands or helpers had such an enormous crush on him that she was willing to break up the marriage.
but also discovering him in bed with another star. But it was the rumor was it was Mick Jagger,
Okay,
but that came from her memoirs, and this is why Bowie was not at all pleased with what
okay,
was going on.
but um, was there a staff member for Bowie that hung up on him?
Well, most probably,
All
you
right,
know.
that's what I was, that's what was really intense about that scene. It wasn't that Mandy discovered them in bed or, had whatever. It was that Shannon was so fucking up her own butt about it.
And she was still with him in the Tommy Stone era.
Uh huh. Yes.
So yeah,
So because she was so up her own butt about it, that's what proved her loyalty to him.
and I've got to say as well, every time Toni Collette's name comes up in a movie, you know she's gonna act her socks off.
I know. So good.
You know, every movie she's been in, she gives her all 100%.
Exactly. I agree.
Anything else?
Um, no, that's pretty much it. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the beauty, and I enjoyed the glam, and I enjoyed how close they got to transvesticism. That was beautiful, and that was just delightful. So yeah, it's one of my favorite movies, and I have pretty much ruined this one. I bought this 3 times. It's my third copy of this, and I need to buy the DVD or a Blu-ray of it, but I haven't done that
So
yet. Well,
this is a DVD. I bet the Blu-ray is amazing.
yeah, I bet it is too.
All the colour and so what? So okay, what? So what would you give this then?
I'd give it, turning it up to 11 out of 10. Um, Glittery guitars. Yeah, that's what they are. They're glittery guitars. And you, what about you?
Well, I love the music. I love the visuals.
Uh-huh.
The gay sex ain't bad. Um, it just felt as I said, disjointed in places.
Okay,
For that reason alone, I'm giving it 9 pairs of platform boots out of 10.
of course. But,
Just because it felt disjointed all the way through the movie, but visually it's stunning, and the
uh,
music, yeah, I can't knock the music. Um, so yeah, that's our little review of Velvet Goldmine.
uh,
Title taken from a Bowie song.
yep.
So you guys, have you seen the movie? If you have, let us know. Leave a comment on this video and tell us about it, what you thought of it. Also, leave a comment on this video or any of our videos if you'd like to join us. Um, you've got to be 18 and over, though, just in case, you know. And all you need is a working camera and microphone and the device you've got. So, is that it, Susan?
Yep. That's
Oh,
it.
oh, oh, also, the bell notification button on the YouTube channel. Make sure you press that to get notified every time you put up a wonderful video, just like this one. So, until next time, guys, look up at the skies. There may be a starman waiting to see you. Mhm.
Waiting.
And on that bum note, it's bye for now.
Waiting in the sky. I always like to see it, but it makes you blow our mind.
I haven't stopped the recording yet, you know.
I know.
Oh, copyright strike.
Oh. For me singing? Oh, come on.
Bye bye.